Welcome back to NewsWire here on SportsGrid. Phillies and Yankees, those have been the best two teams in baseball. Very, very close in terms of the margin of best record in baseball right now. But we'll start off talking about how the Yankees got there. Let's bring in Matt Lutosky from Sporting News. And Matt, certainly a long way to go in the season. And look, it's probably fair to say, I think, I don't know if you agree with this, that it takes a lot of players to win baseball games. But with the April that Juan Soto had, and the May that Aaron Judge had, these two guys in the lineup have really combined to do things for the Yankees that they haven't had in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it takes, right? One guy anchoring the offense each month, keep passing it off. And the beauty of those two guys, though, is it can just be those two guys going back and forth. And if they get going together, then we really got something cooking. But, yeah, I mean, they have a complete team. Like you said, they have, a lot of good offensive players, of course, even though we haven't seen great years from some of the other guys, but the pitching staff has been very solid top to bottom, even without their ace. And he's getting going again, starting his rehab assignment, could be back around the end of the month, and then we might really see something. So, yeah, this team, I mean, look, they pay for it, right? They get what they pay for, and they have the best team in the American League, and I think it's going to continue to be right there at the top as long as everyone stays healthy. But they certainly have all the ingredients to make a deep run. I think we suspected that before the year, as long as people stay healthy and these guys are staying healthy and producing. It hasn't been perfectly smooth the whole way through. But I think we've gotten through those sort of early season bumps with at least, Aaron Judge. And I mean, we see what he's doing now, and he's looking like the front runner for AL MVP.
Yeah, a quiet April for Judge, and then an incredible May where the FanDuel Sportsbook has completely adjusted these odds. In fact, Judge is now a minus favorite to win the home run champion contest at the end of the season, not the Derby, but the contest. He's minus 125. Gunnar Henderson's been incredible also. I mean, this guy, Matt, is flying under the radar completely. He's plus 750. Ozuna's about 10-1. So is Kyle Tucker. I think you can't rule out Ohtani. And then you see there's a massive drop-off to Alvarez there. It's probably one of the top 5 guys. If you couldn't pick Judge, who else would you choose?
Yeah, well, I actually kind of like Juan Soto. I mean, he's not on that list you have up there right now, but he's not that far behind. And we know he's got the park. We know he's got the power. We know he's got the swing. So he would be another kind of value guy I would look for. But of those guys on that list, I think Henderson – he's kind of hitting everyone. His home park, they've really changed it. It's not, the hitter's paradise it used to be, which I think might hurt him. But the fact he's hitting lefties so well, hitting righties so well, hitting at home, hitting on the road, I think makes him very interesting. And I think Kyle Tucker is another guy similar. He's not quite as good against lefties, of course, but I still kind of like his park, like the way he hits there, and he certainly mashes righties. So he's another really interesting guy to watch. But it's definitely Aaron Judge's world. I wouldn't bet on him right now. You're not getting any value. All it takes is kind of one even semi-serious injury, and that money's down the drain. But he's definitely the guy who's the front runner for a reason. And we saw it this over the weekend, why he's the front runner. But he just doesn't offer value right now. So unless you're a big Yankees fan, you just want to put down, just a very limited amount of money, and you think he's the front runner, and you're like, hey, I'll pocket my couple bucks at the end of the year and just say I picked the winner, knock yourself out. But there's not a ton of value betting on him right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, there isn't, and that's just the nature of sort of where this has gone at this point. When a player gets that hot, he's always going to be the favorite. Gerrit Cole's getting ready to come back too. I guess look, they've played great without him, but you're not going to say to Gerrit Cole, look, don't come back. I mean, it's a ridiculous conversation to have. The Yankees are going to go for it. Having Cole back is like making a trade or getting another Cy Young Award winner back. But it still remains to be seen what he's going to look like, Matt, right? Like, I mean, this is a serious injury. Any way you slice it, the guy missed 2+ months.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would imagine they take it very slow. I would be somewhat surprised. I know he's going to talk aggressive, of course, all players are, talking about, hey, but before July, I might be back. I would think, though, they'll at least extend that out until the All-Star break and then get him back and see how it's going. They're not going to take any unnecessary chances. And look, they're at the point where they have a lead. They certainly are going to make the playoffs, I would say, barring some sort of complete collapse. And that's all it takes. And even if you don't get him back until the end of the year, as long as he's built his arm up and he has the strength, like you said, it's like making a trade for a Cy Young winner, and you get him back and you get him in some capacity for the postseason. You got to watch out.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that at this stage of the game, if the Yankees can keep it going, they're probably going to end up being favorites to win it all. Right now, I still would put Philadelphia or LA in that category. All right, interesting market. I wanted to ask you about this, Matt. The manager of the year, as we sort of award season, is now getting to the point where things are stable, but both races are really close. Right now, Kansas City's Matt Quartaro is the favorite to win the manager of the year at plus 170. This incredible season the Royals have had. But Cleveland has surpassed any expectation, and Stephen Vogt is plus 240. Then you have some other names like Brandon Hyde, Aaron Boone, AJ Hinch, Rocco Baldelli. I mean, I really don't see any of those winning it, only because, again, Hyde just won it and had a great season with the Orioles. What do you make of this market? Do you think it's down to those two?
Well, yeah, I think Vogt to me is the guy that I'd rather go with. He just offers slightly more value. I mean, sometimes if no one really stands out, they might just say, "Who's the best team? Has this manager won it before?" Like if the Yankees really blow everyone away, could they give it to Aaron Boone? I think it's possible, but both the Guardians and the Royals are doing enough that I think one of those two guys is the clear front runner and for good reason and would win it.
We got the National League real quick. We got about 30 seconds to go here. I would say it's the same thing here. I mean, a two manager race. Thompson with Philadelphia, Pat Murphy with Milwaukee. I would tend to think if Milwaukee wins the division, Matt, it's going to be Murphy.
Yeah, I really like Murphy. I think a guy to watch for though is Snitker. If the Braves overcome the Acuna injury and finish really high, I think he could be a real interesting value.
All right, great stuff, Matt. Thanks for coming on.